Yeah.
Greetings. Welcome to Safe Space Talks, Mind Mastery. I have one of my good friends on the line with me, AJ, and this guy is super amazing in so many aspects. He has so many layers, and I'm so excited to have him on the line with me today because he doesn't mind being transparent and peeling back these layers to help other Black men in our community. He's an advocate for fitness. I'll let him tell you that some of the things he's done if he wants to, but we're here to talk just overall being mindful as a man to go to the doctor, to get your checkup, to, do a daily exercise. Like he's super fit. He does that, but he might be able to give you guys some tips that, not everybody is a gym rat. I'm one. I like everybody doesn't want to go to the gym, but then maybe he, we'll share some eating habits. Just change your eating habits a little bit, and that'll help you slim down on some weight. So we're first going to talk about the checkups. All right.
Yeah.
So
Checkups is
AJ,
important.
talk about a little bit how you got into fitness and, the importance of getting those annual checkups.
Um, I got into fitness because on both sides of my family, my mother and my father, everybody's big boned. I'll say. I'm not gonna say overweight.
Right.
I got the big bone genes in both. My dad was 6'3", 395.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was 5'7", 225, but she was solid. She wasn't like sloppy. And then heart attacks, man, on both sides of my family, diabetes.
Right.
So I always made a conscious effort to be on top of just eating correctly. Like, don't get me wrong, I wasn't eating correctly all my life.
Right.
I used to eat pork, I used to eat beef.
Right.
I changed with time, and
Mhm.
I just wanted to make a conscious effort to not have those same issues and ailments that
Right.
my dad had, because my dad died of a heart attack at 52.
Wow. Yeah.
He
And
was
we're
going,
starting to see that a lot too. And
yeah,
what
even
would you
younger.
attribute that to? Yeah, and they're young, like 40, 45.
Yeah,
you know.
all just the high in sodium intake. Like I'm gonna tap into what's going on with me now, and I'm a chef. I've been a food
Right.
server for 20 years. I've been in the industry as far as modeling, acting for 23.
Hmm.
Um, for me right
But
now, I
that's
have
interesting too, being a model and an actor, right? Some people talk about how when they're on a job, they don't eat healthy when technically they know they should be eating healthy because of schedules. So,
mm,
like, people schedule, you know, you're on a set, so you find yourself snacking or just, and I've been on sets where they got Coca Cola,
mhm,
donuts, potato chips, you know what I'm saying? Pizza.
mhm,
It's really not
yeah.
like a healthy spread. So have they changed that, or is it still pretty
Craft
much the
services, craft services is pretty much the same. It's just, it's all about picking your poison when
same?
you
Right,
on set. You know what I mean? Like, cause they got a part where it's just potato chips and junk, and then they got
right,
a part on set when it's granola bars, fruit.
right.
For me, like, I've been doing this detox. It's a spiritual detox that I got from my church.
Okay,
It's from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Just water and fruit, and then
okay,
you have one regular meal. Just try to limit your starch and limit your bread and limit your sodium intake. And I've been doing it since what's today's date today? I've been doing it since the day after my birthday, October 2nd, to
okay.
now, and I lost 9 pounds.
Wow,
And I
wow.
work out, and then working out ain't for everybody. You know what I mean? Eating
Yeah,
right Eating right, like I tell people all the time, the working out part may seem hard because a lot of people just don't have that drive, or they may just not be that type of person.
right,
But the eating is the hard part, because you got 23 other hours of the day. You can work out for an hour, hour and a half. You still got them other 22 hours left to
right.
face your craving monster. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we know that's all part of those things, our five senses and stuff. You done
Mhm,
taste it and it tastes good, and then your
mhm,
body be craving craving it, we talked about gut health. Go back and watch our videos because we
Mm-hmm.
be dropping gems to help you out. Um,
Right.
and is there a way to kind of, I don't know, stop the cravings?
Um, for me, as of late, I've been eating fruit. I've been eating more fruit, and I never was a fruit lover, but like
Mhm.
I don't hate fruit neither. Like I've been into more grapes, bananas, apples. I drink a 40-ounce jug of water with honey and lemon and lime juice, and that's like
Nice.
my
That's
all day. I drink that all day, like
right.
all day, and that
See,
helps
fellas, he
me.
changed his 40 ounce to 40 ounce of water, lemon,
Yeah,
honey. I couldn't let that one slip. I'm sorry. Y'all
yeah,
know me.
that's a
Y'all
good that was a good one. That's a good
know,
one. I
right. He
don't even think
changed to
about
40
40 ounce, but
ounces.
like
Okay.
yeah, like I drink like I had a Zoom last week with my nutritionist, and she was just telling me, you know, drinking 40 ounces of water a day is 8 cups of water, and a lot of people don't even drink 1 cup of water.
Right, right.
Um,
Now I like that you have a nutritionist and that you go to a nutritionist, and that's
mhm.
what we were saying initially. Make sure you go and check your physical,
Situation,
yeah,
your situation, period.
situation.
Your
Yeah,
whole situation. Like me, if
right,
something start itching on me, I'm going to the doctor. What is this? Like
right,
I had this little thing up under my arm, and I'm like, yo,
uh-huh,
why is this like this, doc? Like, why is
right,
this
right,
bulging up in
right,
here?
right,
Because
right,
this is not
right,
like this. So
right,
like we
right.
gotta like you know what I mean? Like and it's like fellas, like we can't be scared to go to the doctor because if we don't know how we're gonna fix something that we don't know that's broken.
Right. And early detection is good.
Yep.
The
Yep.
the earlier you catch something, and remember, I always say this, we're dealing with our mental capacity, renewing our mind, being mindful of how we
Hmm.
treat our own self, our body. We're responsible for us. If I'm
Hmm.
hurting, AJ don't know that I got a pain right here in my back.
Hmm.
Now if I'm stringent or I'm, my body motion, he might say, "Hey, what's wrong?" And I'll be like, I got this pain in my back. But
Hmm.
we have to acknowledge it and then go to the doctor to see how well we are doing. And again, early
Hmm.
detection is key. And it doesn't mean, going to the doctor. And, I want to say that, right? I want to be like gun ho, like go to the doctor, see what's going on. And everything I'm saying is good. Go to see how well you're doing. We do need to check to see, what's going on in our body. So this is what I'm going to say. We all on social media. Let's start promoting the doctors that do take care of us, because one of the other issues is we might go to one of the other issues are we might go to the doctor and we're mishandled.
Hmm.
As African American, sometimes we're mishandled. And so that's one of the reasons why we don't want to go. The second reason is they want to just, we feel like we're guinea pigs and they just want to give us medication all the time. Oh, you know, or we're misdiagnosed, even in the
Hmm.
mental health profession. So, what do you think? When you went to the doctor, did you get a referral or you just so happened to luck up on someone who really cares?
I got a referral from the Ryan Center on 122nd and 123rd and Manhattan Avenue, and then they referred me to my cardiologist because I was gonna tell you about this anyway. My cardiologist did a echocardio scan, an EKG, and a chest X-ray on my heart because I've been having issues like a pain on my left side, and I
Mhm.
don't know what it is. Like it feels like gas, then it feels like a
Right,
cramp, and it doesn't go away. So I stopped working out, just just doing no lifting, just all cardio.
right,
So I knew it wasn't me from lifting because it didn't. I was just doing treadmill,
right, right, right.
jumping rope. So come to find out, I got an enlarged heart. I got
Hmm.
my high blood pressure. My heart is adapted to my high blood pressure.
Wow.
So with that, even though that doesn't sound good, it is good that my heart did adapt to the high blood pressure because if it didn't, I might have had a stroke or a heart attack.
Right, right,
So we waiting for my insurance now to approve this study for this endocrinologist to do a study on my heart to find out what's going on. But me personally, I feel like it's from the vaccine because I got the shot from going
Right.
having to take this job that I was at that I just lost yesterday. That
Right. Right.
they
Right.
fired me yesterday because of my body wasn't doing all of this before.
Right,
You
right,
know what I mean?
right. And I mean, and it's, I'm glad you're a person that I know because I've heard it on the news, but it's not, it's real when it hits home, when it's someone you know, when it's someone close to you, and you're like, yo,
Hmm.
for
Hmm.
real, the shot, and, they still talking about booster shots and getting this shot.
Yeah,
And it's just
yeah.
like, why are we getting all these shots? Like,
For
what are
what?
y'all doing?
Like,
Right. For what? And
because people
so,
still getting COVID.
right. And you're
People
still
still.
getting COVID. Yeah. I
So what's
mean,
the purpose of it?
what is it? What are they doing? Um, let's talk about therapy. Have you ever gone to therapy? And what was that
Yeah.
experience like for you?
Ironically, yesterday was National Mental Health
Mental
Day.
health day. Yeah, yeah.
So this lady right here, you can't really see her name. It's a name on it, but
Uh-huh.
this is Sharon Klein. She's from Metropolitan. She's my therapist that
Okay.
I went to, that I go to
Right.
on Zoom because I had another therapist and she wound up going to she's moving overseas to the UK to go for her doctorate. So we lost contact.
Okay.
But for me, I found therapy to be very helpful. I still honestly feel like I need more
Right.
therapy
Right.
because just my background. Like I did 5 years in prison in the '90s. I came home in 2000, jumped into the industry,
Mm-hmm.
and then my career took off. But at the same time, I didn't take care of my mental well-being. I learned through trial and error until I was able to get a therapist. And I'm still looking for a new therapist as we speak. But therapy for me has been it's been real helpful because it gets you to look at the layers that you wouldn't even really pay attention to because it's you.
Right. And what made you decide, or when did you come to that decision that, you know what? Did someone say it to you, or did you say to yourself that had that self moment of self? I need to, really
I had a
check
self
in with
moment
me.
of self, and then I got daughters. You see how much I love my
Right. Yeah.
daughters.
I
You know what
know.
I'm
I know.
saying? So it's like daughters is like flowers. You
Right.
can't how you raise them is how they're gonna grow up to be. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I always wanted to show them that I love them. I always want to show them transparency. I always want to show them compassion. I want them to know that I'm listening to them.
Right.
Even though they're younger, they're my kids, but
Right. Right.
my kids they're not 22, 16, and 14. All three of them. One is
Right.
in college, one is in 11th, and one is in ninth grade. So now
Right.
we at a point now where we just talk about how can I be a better dad?
That's
What did
good.
I do
That's
that
good.
bothered you?
Right.
How can I say it different so that you can receive it? Because it's all about what's on. Especially
Right.
when it comes to girls.
True
You
story.
know,
True story.
I'm a girl dad.
Yeah. Yeah. And what did you learn on about you that you would say to yourself, man, wow, I didn't even know I was like that.
Um, when my daughters didn't feel they could come and talk to me, I was just like, yeah, that has to change. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I was being too stern and too
Okay. Yeah.
daddy-ish. You know what I mean? And I had to just let certain things just be what it's gonna be. We have a conversation about it. There's no need to be punishing, yelling, and screaming and all like that. Because at the end of the day, like I said, girls they receive things different, and if
Hmm.
they are raised like that, that's what they're gonna think they supposed to accept when they become adults.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and I always I don't want my girls to be like that growing up. You know what I mean? So I definitely had to look at myself, look at how I communicated, my tones, my delivery, and just been a lot more calmer. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because
So
that
you
goes a
think
long way.
that you was an angry black man?
I'm not gonna say angry, but I'm gonna say overly aggressive.
Okay.
I'm gonna say
Okay.
overly aggressive.
And how did that
Definitely.
affect your relationships? Uh,
Personal relationships, it
yeah.
did because I I'm a Libra. I deal with balance. I'm a
Uh-huh.
scale. Like, and
Now give us the juice because I got my girls here and we listening to find out, AJ. Now tell us what was going on with you so we can see some signs. We be like, mm-hmm.
um, like for me, like I could speak for myself. Like
Right,
I used to lose interest quick. When something unbalanced me, and I wasn't the greatest communicator. What I mean, I
right,
wasn't always good at it. Like a lot of men, and I'm including myself, didn't want to be vulnerable or look weak.
right,
You know what I'm saying? So now I'm so transparent. Now it's kind of like it's refreshing for women that I just be like, yeah, this is what's going on. Like I just got out this relationship. I was with this person for this amount of
right,
time. This is what happened. This is why we're not together, and this is where I'm at in life. Now we could be cool. We could be platonic. We could enjoy each other company, or you could just keep it pushing. You know
right,
what I mean?
right, right,
But
right,
I'm not here to waste your time though. Like, and I want to be as honest as possible because I don't want to get my feelings hurt, and I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings.
right, right. True. Communication is key of a stable relationship. We have from Mrs. Ali, and that is true. Thank you for watching and being with us. Yeah, and I like the word you use, vulnerable. And I think we all have to be vulnerable if we want a real relationship. And I think we wear
Mm-hmm.
masks so much, and that, people are kind of like, well, I don't know, I can't trust this person, or it's manipulations involved. But you're a manipulator. You just lost
Nah,
interest.
I just lost interest, and a thing for me is like if I express myself to you and you don't receive what I'm expressing, especially if I'm being vulnerable and letting my guard down, that's
Look at your face.
that's a
Look at
that's
your face.
it's accountability, man. It's so important, like on both parties. You know what I mean? More so men, but both parties should be accountable. But a lot of women don't think our feelings matter. Like we don't have feelings.
That is good. That is good. And it's so funny is, I was raised by my dad, and
Mhm.
I always, I love the black man. I understand the struggle. I know how real it is. Being raised, you saying you're a girl dad, that's a task. And I think I always tell my dad he did an excellent job with me. I'm forever grateful. I thought he was the meanest man in the world, but I turned out the better for it because men know men. You know what I'm saying? So he knew those jokers who were
I tell my
jokers.
daughters all the time, like, this stuff that I'm teaching y'all and instilling y'all may be annoying now, but when you become a woman, it'll make a lot of sense later.
Yeah.
Like I took them to a father daughter dinner dance and
Oh, I
showed
love
them all of the utensils.
it.
So
Hmm.
now when we go to 5-star restaurants like Carmine's and Maggiano's, they know what utensil to use. The first one
Right.
to use,
Right.
the
Right.
second one to use, stuff like
Right.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. But it is important to be able to you know share those experience with your daughters and
Hmm.
let them know that you are there for them. Now,
Right.
when we talked about relationships, what do you feel you can add now to a relationship to not lose interest, AJ? I mean,
Balance,
how you just gonna be?
balance.
What makes you just lose it? You just gonna lose interest? Is it because you had
Yeah.
sex and then you lose interest, and then it's
No,
like,
for me, like the sex part is the easy part, but it's the conversation to get to the sex. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like
right,
you gotta have a good conversation because if your conversation is tight, what's the word? Shallow.
uh huh.
We're not even gonna get to that next step. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah,
So
we're
it
not
wasn't
gonna get
just
there.
that.
Nah,
trying to get in that brain of yours that you
nah,
just
like
lose interest. Because I
sex
hear
is
guys say that a lot, and then I'm like, well, if it's not the sex, then how y'all just losing? Y'all just because some is the chase, right? Let me see if I can get her.
mm-hmm.
Then you get her. Then
Yeah,
you're like, okay,
that's
well,
what
the
it
chase is
is.
over. And
Yeah,
but you're saying it's not really that. Okay, okay. Someone's on here. My girl is on here. She said, give us examples
examples of what?
of what makes you lose interest, I suppose, if it's not the sex or the conversation. Is it
So
just the
perfect
conversation?
example. I met this girl through my cousin recently, like a couple of weeks ago. Dynamite, attorney for the
Mhm.
NYPD. Nice body. Her breath stink.
See,
And I hung out the first time. We went out. Had drinks. Sent her home in an Uber. Hung out a second time. Can't be two times in a row that your breath stinking.
right, right,
Like and that just like for me, I'm a um I'm a hygiene person.
right,
Um,
right,
teeth, hair, and
right,
feet.
right,
The body part we could get past all that stuff. That's the least. That's the least of the worries. That's the superficial stuff. But
right,
the mouth holds the most bacteria in your body, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I mean?
right,
So, that was it was a turn off. For me, like
right.
because if you want me to kiss you, I got to put my tongue in your mouth.
So nasty.
So,
Okay, let's go to AJ's kitchen. We're gonna shift. That was me and my people's being nosy, plucking your brain. But we gonna shift to eating
so
healthy, fitness, and AJ's kitchen. So now, what made you start? What made you start your own business? Your chefing business.
cooking
Like, give
for
us that
me.
whole. You know what? I enjoy cooking. I'm gonna make it a business. And you've been catering, and I'm so jealous. Every time I see the videos and I see the food, I be like, I'm like,
So
you
for
gonna have to
me,
just come to my
my,
house and cook for me. We are friends.
I got,
We
I
are
got you.
friends.
I got you.
Okay.
I got you. Um, my mom told me when I was 10 years old, she was making an example of herself, but she was getting off work. She was tired, and we ain't cook. So she said, never rely on nobody to feed you. She said, including me, because if I come home sometime from work, I might be tired.
Right.
You gotta learn how to feed yourself. And she said, a woman loves a man that knows her way around the kitchen,
That's the truth.
and it just stuck with me.
That's the
And I
truth.
was 10 years old. That was 37 years ago. I'm 47 now. So that was one reason why I wanted to learn how to cook. And I started with bacon. And that's why I make that cream cornbread with the condensed sweet milk with the cream corn. And it looked the way it
Ah,
looked with the honey drizzle on top of it. Um, and I just work with a lot of different executive chefs and catering companies, learn different techniques, learn different ways to cut, learn different sauces to make, learn different just tactics, how to just make good food quick and make it look pretty.
yeah.
And that's why my goal for me is a food truck in 2024
Okay.
because the pandemic pretty much
Yeah. Yeah.
changed the narrative of the world.
Yeah.
That's why I named the she said turkey bacon. I hope, yeah, turkey bacon, of course. I when COVID came, I got the vending machine. I started the vending machine business that I named after my daughters. It's called M&D Vending,
Uh-huh.
and after
Yes,
my
I
daughter's
saw
name,
that.
Maya, yeah, Maya, Nandi, and Delilah Vending LLC. So they could take it over when they become of age, and because I got a couple of machines and I want to get two ATMs. I want to have five altogether, so
Right.
they could have like a nice loop for passive income, and they have their own custodian account, and I have a Vanguard account for them that I can't touch the money. I just put money into
Right.
it.
And I
So
remember
that's
Vanguard. You better go,
yeah,
AJ. You better
yeah,
have a
yeah,
legacy, and
yeah,
that's important. And
yeah.
that, salute to you, someone who, made some bad choices in their life and then turned it all around. We need to, say we love you and thank you and
Hmm.
kudos
I
and
love you
all
more.
of that because, you know, you leave it to regular media, we'll just think black men out here crazy for no reason. You know, just crazy for
I
no
don't. That's why I
reason.
don't even look at the news, man, because there's never nothing good on the news. It's very depressing.
Right,
Like I try to refrain myself from looking at TV. Period. Like, because it's nothing good on the news. To be
right.
honest with you, like, it really isn't. Like, it's always something depressing or something is going up, or it's going to be a toll in Manhattan, and you can't come through the city
I
unless you're
couldn't
paying
believe
like.
it. I couldn't believe it. I could not
They
believe
talking
it.
about it's going to be like $25 to come
23.
into the city. Yeah,
23.
23.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
couldn't
that's
believe it. I said to myself, wow, but
crazy.
you
It's
know,
crazy.
how
So I ain't tell you this though.
good,
Hold on,
good.
before we I don't know if we're gonna get off.
No, no, we
I
can
was on
go.
the
We can
phone.
go, whatever you need.
I was on the phone before I got on. So I'm working on a documentary. It's called Blessing in the Skies. They got so far we got I think 8 episodes, and they trying to put it in a script form, and we pitching it to 50. That's the goal. That's what we speaking to the universe,
Right,
because
right.
50, and I have relatable stories from different boroughs with similar backgrounds.
Hmm.
Of course, I'm not a rapper. He's a rapper, and I'm a model, and I act things of that nature. But the storyline is pretty dope. Even talking with all my people that's been writing it, they say, "Yo, yesterday was a blessing in disguise." You know
Wow.
what I mean? Because
Yeah. It give you room.
they didn't appreciate your worth.
Right,
You know
right,
what I mean?
right. And
Yeah.
you know, you're a man of faith. So, there's
Hmm.
times where, the saying, people say it, but when you know it and you believe it, it just makes it different that when one door closed, one door opens. And that's the real truth about the matter. And sometimes we're
Hmm.
stubborn and sometimes we don't believe it even in ourselves. Not saying that's your case, but sometimes we need that kick in the butt to, do what we need to do. That's how I started Urban Buzz Magazine. It was like, door closed, and it was like, I don't think I want to do this anymore like that. So,
Right.
you just gotta push past the pain, push past the disappointments, make sure that, you know, um, you're able to do what you need to do and stay focused. Now, go back to the other shows where I broke down how you dedicate, your success time, where you spend 2 to 3 hours a day solely focused on what it is you have to achieve or do towards the goal that you're seeking to, apply. So kudos to you.
Hmm.
I'm just super excited. You're Mr. Bounce Back anyway. You're resilient. You have
Yeah, I
resilience.
don't. I don't give up. I tell my daughters that's where they get their resilience from. Like, during the pandemic, it was a lot. It was challenging for them with school. And we pushed forward. We pushed through it. And I told them at the end of the school year, I said, "This is what resilience looked like." Because
That's good.
you had 158 absences out of 185 school year. You owed 38 assignments, and you wound up passing. I said, "Because we worked together, and we did it." You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Like,
right.
I told them all the time, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the truth. That's really the truth. And now that you've been through everything that you've gone through, this is we do focus on mental health. How are you feeling? And how are you staying focused?
I A lot of meditation, a lot
Okay,
of prayer
good.
in the shower.
Mhm.
People are like, why you pray in the shower? I said, because one, you're doing two things at once. You're cleansing your body, and you're cleansing your soul,
Right,
and you're talking to God.
right,
Everybody got their way of praying. Some people just get on their knee and
right,
kneel on the bed. For me, I feel the water, the prayer, the speaking to the universe.
right,
Asking God. Because like for me, I don't ask God for what I want. I ask Him, what do we want for me?
right,
Because what I want is not what He feels is best for me. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
So
Yeah, yeah. I'm like that
I
too.
always,
No,
I try to keep that in that perspective. You know what I'm saying? Because we always ask God what we want, what we want, what we want, what we want, but we don't really ask Him what He thinks
Come on now.
we we need
Yeah,
from Him.
right. I like that.
Mhm.
That's good right there. So what have I see the rave reviews you get for AJ's cooking kitchen. Now,
Mhm.
what's the top? What are people like? You better come on and bring that.
The barbecue chicken wings,
Oh,
them honey
okay.
garlic wings,
Oh, those
because it's
garlic
like
wings. Oof.
honey garlic barbecue wings, and they got a little kick to it because I use this sauce. I mean, I use this seasoning. It's like it gets kind of spicy, but it's not. It's mild. It's in between, and then when I finish cooking the chicken off, I always put the honey on top so it can be nice and sticky. And my mac and cheese, because I make my mac and cheese with
Okay.
smoked Gouda mozzarella.
Say that slow, because someone might have thought you said Buddha and thought CBD, some weed. So I want you to say that slow, because I know what
So
you
I make my
said.
mac. I,
Just say it
I
slow.
make my mac and cheese with smoked Gouda,
Right. Cheese. Right. Gouda
Gouda, not
cheese. Right.
Buddha, Gouda cheese, smoked Gouda cheese, and you got to make sure it's nice and aged
Right.
because the taste
Oh,
is
I
better
love
when it's
it.
older.
I love it.
You
I
know how the
love
lady
it.
said they get better with time, like fine wine. Well, when the smoked cheese is good,
Uh-huh.
it tastes better with time after it's melted.
True story. True story. Oh man. Now you talk about your cornbread.
Yeah, my cornbread is. I got that. I got that recipe from my pops because he made it one Thanksgiving, and I was looking at him like he was a weirdo putting cream corn in cornbread.
I know. I know.
And that thing, that was a different type of dance on the taste buds. That
Right.
cornbread with
With
the
the
cream
cream
corn,
corn. Yeah.
and then
I love
I
it.
added my what I added. I added my my condensed sweet milk with the honey or agave,
Oh, yeah, I love agave. Agave is good.
and
Agave is
it's a different situation.
good. Yeah.
Like the top four things that people always ask for is barbecue wings, mac and cheese, cornbread, and my salmon. My salmon
Mm.
is
Now,
it's a it's a situation.
talk about now that after COVID, I mean, you're everywhere. I mean, your food is full. Okay. But
Appreciate it.
after,
Thank
COVID, how did, well, definitely word of mouth and your food is good.
you.
How
Thank
was
you.
it how did you plan to structure to, do catering after COVID? Like you would think people were like, but people ran back to the restaurants. So I guess food is food. And if, when it's good, it just
Mhm.
speaks for itself. But, did you have, how
For
did you have
me,
to pivot that?
it was just all about just networking, just
Networking?
getting word of mouth, and that's why I made the Instagram page.
Hmm.
And people that taste my cooking, they express it on the comments
Of
or when they
course.
post or when
Yeah,
they tag
yeah,
me and
yeah.
stuff like that. And then I did a few pop-ups in Harlem, and I just moved around. I just did a festival in Brooklyn that weekend that it was raining,
Yeah,
pouring rain.
yeah.
I was in Brooklyn at a festival in a big white tent, and the
Wow.
food sold out too. It was I made because it was like a vegan, conscious, healthy
Right,
audience.
right.
So I made some string beans and mushroom gravy. I made
String
some
beans
vegetable
and
pot.
mushroom gravy. Yeah.
Yeah,
So what are
string beans
you
and
doing for
mushroom.
Thanksgiving? What you doing?
I don't know yet. I'm debating if I'm gonna go see my mom's in Delaware
Uh-huh.
or I'm gonna be in Jersey.
Okay.
Probably then, but I'm gonna probably go see my mom though.
Okay.
I definitely gonna think
So
about
are
seeing my
you
mom.
part of the cooking crew?
I am the cooking crew.
Okay, okay. Well, I thought maybe, mom want to help or, auntie so and
She
so want to get in there and.
mom, she sits back and watch football and drink her wine and wait for the food to be. My daughters is my sous chefs.
I
They
love
grade the
it.
cheese.
You want,
Yeah,
you be putting your poor kids to work.
Shit, that's right. Shit, they
They
got it
better start
good.
their
Me,
401k. Like you be putting them
they
to
got it
work.
good. Look at this sweatshirt. They can't even relate to this sweatshirt.
Oh, yeah. They don't know about that. They don't know. Remember your mother sent you to the store, you be like, no,
With that book of
no.
food stamps. And don't come back with the wrong thing. These kids
Word.
got it made. They ask me
Yo.
whenever they come to the house, Daddy, what you making? I be on to say, what I gonna make for me? Because they know how to cook too. They just lazy.
Duh, duh. So what's
She said candy yams. she, she said candy
what
yams.
about
I make my candy yams and eggnog too, just for the record,
you
just to
put
elaborate on
eggnog
it.
in the candy ends?
Yeah, yeah,
All right, I'm gonna have to
eggnog.
probably have an event. So we're gonna have a dinner probably with Chef AJ, and it'll be a
I'm with it.
fundraiser. So let me throw this out here quickly now, and you're gonna trust me, paying for your plate. You'll be at every fundraiser because you're gonna
Man,
be like, yeah, that food was the bomb.
yeah,
And so,
it's gonna be like I'm looking forward to it. Like I ain't have no grievances. Nobody died for my cooking
oh yeah,
yet, so I
no,
think I'm doing
not
a good
yet.
job.
Nobody's gonna die for your cooking. Now, they say that men cook better than women. Is that true? Or you just
Nah, I don't agree with
you
that.
don't agree?
I wasn't always. No, I
Okay,
don't agree.
okay,
I'm still getting better. Like, I don't. I think it's balanced. You know what I'm
okay.
saying? I think it's balanced. I know more women that cook better than men that cook better than women.
It's just sexy that men do know how to cook. I tell you that.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
it's
That's
just
definitely a. I heard that's a word on the street that
yeah,
is
yeah,
good. A man that can move
yeah.
it around
The
in the kitchen.
kitchen, yeah, that's kind of hot. I think I like that too. Just saying. If you cook, call your girl.
I got you. You down south, right?
Uh, right now, yeah, I'm in Atlanta at the
Okay.
other
Yeah,
office.
my brother's in Hampton,
Oh, okay.
Georgia.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you down in Hampton.
Yeah. All right. So listen, guys, we want you to link up with my brother here. Um, Make sure
Look
you
forward
connect
to it.
with him on um, IG and his email information as I click this here thing that ain't moved yet. Uh, Hold on. And tell your friends about us. And if you want to share some of the things that's been going on, and you need to just let it out, or know that you can encourage someone else, I always welcome you on the show. We can talk about some of the mental health diagnoses, and we can share all the information about mental health. But it's nothing like when someone who's been through it, who's equipped to really kind of tell you some of the challenges and the victories, and going to the doctor, knowing that you need therapy and seeking that therapy, and going as long as you need to know that you're well, and to be able to see the change in your behavior. You said earlier you find yourself more calm. You're not, you know, quick to just be like whatever, and so we want that. And I always say you have to look at yourself. You have to examine yourself. That's Bible. Examine yourself to see, what's going on with you. So I thank you so much for joining us on Safe Space Talks, My Mastery, one more time and again. And again, we're
Yes,
here
yes.
every Wednesday at 12 p.m. noon Eastern Standard Time. And I look forward to seeing you again. Please share this video. We want, again, this is not a monetized YouTube. Let me let everybody know, because, when I'm saying share, people like share, share. Listen, I am here. We are here. My team is here. My guests are here to help you. See,
Hmm.
we just want you to help. We want to help you. Because when we're not better, look at the chaos that's breaking forth in the land. That's all I'm going to say. So listen, take care of yourself. We love you. And see
Love you
you
more.
next week.
All right, be well.
All right.